Welcome to ExamPadi. Today, we're going to be learning about the weathering of rocks. We have rocks all around us. From going to the beach or climbing up a mountain, we can see rocks everywhere. However, with this thing called weathering, rocks are being broken down. Let's define weathering. Weathering is the process that occurs when rocks, soils, and minerals are broken down into smaller pieces. There are three main types of weathering, which are physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Physical weathering is when rocks are broken down into smaller pieces without changing their chemical composition. Some causes of physical weathering include things like freezing and thawing, plant roots growing into cracks, and animals digging into the rock. Chemical weathering, on the other hand, changes the chemical composition of the rock. This happens when rocks come into contact with water, air, or other substances. Some common examples of chemical weathering are rusting and acid rain. Chemical weathering can happen in a few different ways. One example is oxidation, which is when a substance reacts with oxygen. This can cause things like rust on metal or the red color in some rocks. Another example is acid rain, which is rain that is more acidic than normal because of pollution. Acid rain can eat away at rocks over time. Now let's look at biological weathering. Biological weathering is when plants break up rocks with their roots or the roots ends up exudating. The most common example of biological weathering is the growing of plants in rocks, which breaks the rocks down. Weathering can be very important to the environment. When weathering happens, it helps create soil. When rocks are weathered, they break down into smaller particles which can mix with organic matter to create soil. Weathering also helps shape the landscape, creating things like canyons and rock formations. Here are some fun facts about weathering. Number 1. The more extreme the climate is, the faster weathering can take place. And this can happen if the climate is very hot or very cold. In cold areas, water seeps into the cracks in the rocks during the day, and at night, the water freezes and expands, cracking the rocks even more. This continual freeze and thaw cycle causes rocks to splinter and break into small pieces. In the desert, rocks expand during the heat of the day and contract at night when temperatures cool. Sheets of rock slowly flake away. Wow, that was really interesting to learn about. Thank you so much for tuning in to learn about weathering of rocks with me. Subscribe to ExamPadi for more informative videos. Bye.